Today is the beginning of the end. It is the beginning of the end of New York City having the most segregated schools in the country.
Yes.
It is the beginning of the end of the subway not working.
Yes.
It is the beginning of the end of some of the worst voting laws in America.
Yes.
It is the beginning of the end of the IDC. And today, over 70 activist groups in New York. Think about that. I mean, think about how hard it is to just get a group together. Over 70 activist groups are standing here to put their full muscle and love and a lot of anger towards supporting 5 incredible, true Democratic candidates for the New York State Senate that are going to turn New York into the progressive state that it should be and that it is.
This is not a sprint. This is a marathon. And you're in it to win it. And I know that because I've seen many of you all over the place. And to my colleagues, future senators, I thank you for being in the race. Because you know one thing? With one person in the race, then the opposition can come and attack that individual. But with all of us in it, we're taking them all and we're going to fight them tooth and nail.
Albany is systemically broken. And Albany is broken because the Republicans control the state Senate. The Republicans are in power because they have Jose Peralta's vote. Because they have Marisol Alcántara's vote. Because they have Jesse Hamilton's vote. And because they're led by Jeff Klein. I'm running for my children and I'm running for my neighbors.
Yes.
Because we have a bigot in the White House who constantly attacks our neighbors, attacks our pocketbooks, attacks our schools, attacks our environment. And the IDC is doing his bidding. When we're blocking things like the coal tax, real rent reform, the Reproductive Health Act, single payer, the DREAM Act, and so much more. We are damaging the lives of everyday New Yorkers. Enough is enough. We are going to fight for working people in New York City. It's time for New York City and New York State to be affordable to working families. And I am damn proud to be a working families Democrat.
The IDC is a wholly owned subsidiary of the real estate industry. The IDC is to the Republican Party what Ivanka Trump is to the fascist racist president. The Jim Howells Liberal Democratic Club, which was the first club to endorse Zephyr Teachout in New York State, and the first Democratic club to endorse Bernie Sanders in New York State, will not entertain endorsing any member of the IDC.
I also, too, will take the pledge that when elected, I will never caucus with the IDC. I will never caucus with the Republicans. And I will always be a true blue Democrat inside and out. And there is not one thing, not one dollar or special interest that can take me away from that vow.
Let's not mince words this morning. Right now, there are families in Brooklyn that will be shifted to the shelter system because they just found out that their rent has been increased by 50%. There are immigrants, like my parents, who are afraid to go to work, who are afraid to go to school, and who are afraid to go to the hospital because of the fear of deportation. There are members of the transgender community who have been discriminated against and who have been denied housing opportunities, employment opportunities, and educational opportunities, not because they're unqualified, but because of their gender expression. And there are people sitting in jail right now, not because they are guilty, but because they are poor and because they are black. So let's get one thing clear this morning. There are two types of legislators in Albany. Those that caucus with the party of Donald J. Trump, and those that caucus with the party of Andrea Stewart Cousins. Our working families who are making the decision right now between paying a medical bill and putting food on the table deserve universal health care, not tomorrow, but right now. Our women deserve protection of their constitutional right to choose, not tomorrow, but now.
Right now. Right now.
Our dreamers deserve the resources to stay in this country and to be educated in this state, not next week, not tomorrow, but now.
Right now. Right now.